We Catholics are not generally the type to memorize Scripture, but today's gospel contains such an encouraging invitation that we would all be well advised to commit it to memory. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest." That is really a life-changing offer. And we should hear this not only with our ears, but with our hearts. While not specifically referring to this passage, St. Thomas More wrote, "Good Lord, give us your grace not to read this gospel with our eyes and ears in a manner of pastime, but that it may, with compassion, sink into our hearts and profit our souls." May it sink into our hearts that Jesus is saying to you and me today, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest." What are you laboring with? What burdens you? Health, wealth, or lack thereof? Family problems, the death of a loved one, employment issues, whatever it may be, Christ is inviting you to come to him for rest. Jesus goes on to say that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. Jesus was a carpenter by trade, and it's likely he built a few yokes in his day. A yoke being a double harness made of wood that is usually custom made and placed on the neck of a pair of oxen or other animals to enable them to pull a plow or wagon together. Using our imagination, can we feel the yoke that is on our neck, custom made for us? And perhaps envision not an ox next to us, but Christ himself. He's helping us to pull our burden, to take the next step, to continue the journey of life, no matter what challenges there are. While it may seem sometimes that we're all alone, the gospel reminds us that Jesus is indeed with us. Jesus encourages us. Jesus gives us rest. This week we celebrated Independence Day. As far as the civic celebration is concerned, it's a recognition of our own self-determination. But it cannot be this as far as our spiritual life is concerned. We are not independent, but dependent. Dependent on others, and certainly dependent on God. At times we carry out our civil notion of independence, we carry it over into our spiritual life, and that can make us blind to the gracious invitation Jesus gives us. Good Lord, give us your grace not to read the gospel with our eyes and ears in a manner of pastime, but that it may, with compassion, sink into our hearts and profit the soul.